Kong China's third seeds, Tang Chunman and Ying Sweat. And looking at the path to the final, as I just mentioned there, Gao and Wu or Tang and Tzu will play the winners of that other semi-final that just finished. It's Feng Yangzhen and Huang Dongping, the second seeds, who are through after winning in straight games against Shanawi and Marwa of Indonesia.
Last match of today, on court 1, mixed doubles, Gao Jieshuan and Wu Mengying, China. Tang Chunman and Ying Sweat, Hong Kong, China.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Well, no surprises. This is the first meeting between these pairs because we've got the newbies in the Chinese pair versus the veterans
Red is the call.
in the Hong Kong China pair.
Red, your choice. Who is going to receive? Okay. Which side do you want? Okay.
We've chosen the far end, the Hong Kong China pair. We start with Gao Jieshuan, who's from South China, Guangdong province, 185 centimeters tall, 79th in the world, not far away from his highest ranking, but they have only played together for a very short while. Won the Phuket International Series 2025 this year, last year the Odisha Masters as well. Wu Mengying is 22, up north Zhejiang province, 167 centimeters tall. Won the Phuket International Series with her partner, and 2023 the Bahrain International Series with a different partner. Well, this is their road through. Dropped a game against Terry He and Jin Yu Jia. And it's been otherwise after that they've looked pretty good. At the other end of the spectrum is Tang Chunman, who's 30, 178 centimeters tall. Fourth in the world, not far away from their highest ever ranking second, this pair. That was achieved in June of 2018. That's amazing. Ying Sweat is 33 years of age. And yeah, just looking at this pair in terms of what they've won together, 8 titles on the HSBC BWF World Tour, including the Roy Chung China Masters. That's a Super 100. They won the German Open last year. That's a Super 300. And looking at their results, that's a really good result against Ranagro and Pyosampan yesterday. The 6 seeds enjoyed that one. The crowd didn't so much. Lakpade Edre Singh, our Sri Lankan umpire, Ali Abdul Karim from the Maldives, is our service judge. We got to the final last year's Japan Open. It's right after the Olympics. Lost to Jantabang Wei Yashin. That's a Super 750. Here at the Thailand Open, they have gotten to the final before. ...2015. ...2016, excuse me, and...
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right,
2011, they got to the semis.
China. And on my left,
Hong Kong pair, China pair, I should add. That's what I'm talking about.
Level play.
Yeah, Tan Chun Man and Tang Sweat lost to Tan Kian Ming and Lai Pei Jing in the final of 2016. Gao and Wu. This is well, the biggest match of their career so far, having never gotten to an HSBC BWF World Tour final of any event. So the Koreans, the Hong Kong Chinese, excuse me, will be tough opponents to beat. They're playing some of the best badminton they've had in years. Pandemic didn't help their cause, but they've really come to the fore in recent times.
Service 1-3.
In summation, they are the current Asia champions. That's the only tournament they've played this year. And it was an incredible performance at the Asia Championships because they broke the spell of China's decade-long dominance of mixed doubles. And it was actually the first time that there was no Chinese presence in a final of mixed doubles since 2015. They've won every mixed doubles title since 2016, by the way, China. They beat Jiang Zhengbang and Wei Yaxin, who they'd never beaten in 4 previous meetings, in the semis.
Go! 5-3.
Gao. Ooh, after a shaky start, I've done well here.
6-3.
They met Midorikawa and Saito in the final. Won that in 3. The Hong Kong China pair. It's a good run here from Chinese pair. Wow, this is impressive. After the opening salvos from the Hong Kong China pair. 8 points in a row. Having been love 3 down. And they break that run. Important for them to do so.
4-8. Service over, 9-4.
Only the 1 point that they could hold on to there.
10-4.
Well, this would be something now if the Chinese can really put skids here on their opponents.
Eleven for interval.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've won 11 of the last 12 points. Stunning. They were love 3 down, and all of a sudden just turned it on. The Chinese pair looking very good here. Already up by 7 in the interval of game 1.
Or doesn't do good test. Eleven for play. Cool.
Well, they can't seem to stop this advance.
4.
It looked, everything was going quite well at the start, didn't it? That's a whopping 10 points. A shake of the head there from Tang Chunman. Not even an acknowledgement there of the body shot. I just got to reiterate that these two have only been together six tournaments all this year. Been pretty impressive, I got to say.
So it's over. 5-50. So it's over. 16-5.
They've won 15 of 22 matches as a pairing. That's pretty good, isn't it? For a brand new pairing that's been put together.
17-5.
So I think they should be quite pleased about that. But yeah, only coming together now this year. That's hugely impressive.
So it's over. 6-17.
They've won 17 of the last 19 points. And their opponents can do nothing. I mean,
18-6.
won the Thai International Series, Thailand International Series, and then semi-finals of the Thailand Masters, quarterfinals of Germany Open, and we're out in the second round of the Indonesia Masters and Roichang China Masters. They've certainly played a lot more badminton than their opponents, and perhaps that's showing at the moment. Well, this game is done, pretty much.
Game point 6.
Wow, this is, I have to say, after going 3-love up, Tang and Sir, 14 game points, and they have won 21 of the last 24 points.
And Women Ying 21-6.
Stunning run from the new pair. They've had 2 runs of 8 points each, or 1 of 8, 1 of 7. (21-6) game 1. Impressive.
Second game, low ball, play.
Well, after a very that's a huge shout there for the Hong Kongers. It's a rare point that they've won after being vastly outplayed in the last game. I think the crowd perhaps not wanting to see an all-China final necessarily. It's understandable that you want to see a little bit of variation. Chun Han there would be quite concerned about what he saw in the first. That's out. Again, they take a 3-love lead. It's going to be a challenge. I think that's in. Sorry, out, excuse me. Surprisingly given as in. I really thought that was out. Well, it is definitely in.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 1-3.
Now,
play.
I'm not going to say deja vu or anything like that because it's very early days, but it was at this point here, suddenly the Chinese turned it on at love 3. And went on a mega run of points.
2-3.
have struggled to cope with the awesome power of this man here, and the guile of his partner Wu.
3-all.
Amazing how China are just constantly churning out this kind of talent. These are the third seeds. This is the world number 4. This is absolutely brilliant. That we've got quite the match on our hands. It's to reiterate, they won 21 out of 24 points in a row. If it was a game, it would have been 21-3. That's how dominant it was, to put it into perspective. After going love 3 down.
5-4.
Not quite the same here at the moment.
Service over, 5-all.
And even more remarkable given they've only got together at the start of this year. It's world number 4 versus the world number 79. Now this is in many ways similar to the men's doubles match we saw earlier today. Oh, she's done really well there, Wu. Not much has got past her at the net. Again, this is what I mean. She is in command of everything that's there.
Now,
yeah, early on we had the world number 4 versus the world number 79, so this is almost identical in Alphen and Ardianto against Bo and Kea. And guess what? Bo and Kea
8-5.
won that. By the way, well, I'll talk about it tomorrow, but they hadn't won a match coming into this tournament this year, Bo and Kea. And here they are in their first ever HSBC BWF World Tour final. Amazing story. And it could be the case here for Gao and Wu. The way things are going, this is very similar story to what we saw earlier, because they have won 10 of the last 12 points. .31 out of the last 39 points, by the way, overall. That's just shifted now, of course, but yeah, think about that. 31 out of 39 prior to this.
Out. Service over, 11-6 interval.
And at the interval, the Chinese are leading comfortably. 5 points clear, having won the first game at a canter. This is another massive upset on the cards at the moment.
20 seconds. Eleven, 6. Play.
Well, Tang and Su from here, they've just been completely blown away here, and they have to do something quite spectacular, you'd have to say, I think. Whenever they win the point, the crowd really trying to get behind them. To the nets now, 2 points in a row.
8, 11.
That's something of a slump by their standards today. That's just how good Gao and Wu have been. Three in a row, and they've now started to make this far more competitive. Only 2 points in it. Well, after drawing level and doing a really good job of it, you have to say, Tang and Su, Gao lets out a bit of a roar there. There's so much power in there, packed in Gao in particular. Tantraman and Su and Sweat, after losing the first game, they still go on to win 62% of the time. So, at the moment, yes, they are only 2 away, but this is tough, I think, overall, the way things are looking. Up by 3 now.
14, 11.
The sample size is way too small from the Chinese pair, having only just got together a few months ago. But they're looking imperious here.
15,
and after the best run of the match so far for the Hong Kong-China pair, where they had 5 points in a row, They are now trailing by 4 again, so pretty much where they were, or almost where they were before the interval, or at the interval. Better from saying Sweat. It's a much better second game anyway, and again, this has been the preferred end for both pairs, it would appear.
Service over, 16-12.
Yeah, I think they know they aren't far away at all. Interestingly enough, again, that was just too easy for Wu to put away. They cannot find a way through.
18-12.
He did well at the beginning, but this shot far too easy. With the stop drop there, it was predictable. Yeah, I wanted to say Feng Yangzheng and Wang Dongping do not have a huge record against Tang Chuman and Sing Sweat. They've only met 3 times, and it's 2-1. Mind you, they have won the last 2 occasions they met. It's, the last one went to 3, and all 3 games were only decided by 2 points, 21-19 in the third. That was at the Denmark Open semi-finals, so far from a foregone conclusion if they were to get there. I think it would be tough now, because they've got to win the next, well not the next, but they've got to win 8 points here. Pretty much not conceding more than just 1. And then win the next game too. They must have felt they would win with a fighting chance in that one, but it's not to be, I don't think. So nice little drop there. That's a much better stop drop from Tang Chunman. There's a bit of a discussion here amongst the China pair. And that does set up game points.
Match point 14.
Well, this has been a tremendous performance and another massive upset here on court 1 today. About 75 odd places in the rankings, and no one would have thought coming into this that it would have happened. The Asian champions have been disposed of so easily.
21-14.
We had the Danish pair early in the men's doubles. We've now got the Chinese pair, and these will be the headlines tomorrow. Unheralded pair that have only just got together a few months ago. That is extremely special. The Chinese pairs, yeah, you know the kind of talent they've got. Still, you've still got to go out and win it, and you can't take anything away from them. What a performance from Gao Jiasuan and Wu Mengying of China. They've beaten the 3rd seeds from Hong Kong, China, the world number 79 pair, 21-6. 21-14 in just 27 minutes. Well, those have been some amazing results today. And I tell you what, you'll get to see some of those underdogs who performed so admirably today, in action tomorrow. It is finals day at the HSBC BWF Thailand Open 2025. Our coverage at the Nimibut Stadium will start at midday local time. Until then, from me, Shazad Haq, and our team, it's goodbye.